As Faculty Marshal, I now open the 2022 Thiel College Academic Honors Convocation. As you are able, please stand for the invocation.
Good evening. I invite you to bow your heads. Lord God, we thank you that you have brought us through the challenges of the past 2 years, not simply surviving, but thriving and flourishing. Continue to move through this community and bless the gifts of academic success and involvement in service that are represented here tonight. Inspire us all to find and follow our deepest held values, our passions, and our strengths as you open doors for us to discover meaning and purpose in our studies and in the vocations you call us to. We invite you to be present in our celebration tonight, and that every day we might be motivated by love for you and mutual respect for one another. Preserve our college, Lord, and continue to guide us with your strong hand. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Riddle. Good evening, everyone. As Vice Chair of the Thiel College Board of Trustees, it's my pleasure to welcome you to tonight's Academic Honors Convocation. I'm Rod Wild. I'm a proud member of Teal's class of 1986. I'd like to congratulate on behalf of the Board of Trustees all of tonight's honorees. I encourage each of you to take a moment to enjoy your achievement. Students, you have done well. On a personal note, on behalf of the board individually, we'd like to thank Dan Spence and his family for their very worthwhile gift to the college. I'd like to acknowledge you parents and family and friends of the awardees. Your love and support, guidance, and I'm sure that occasional prodding has been instrumental in the success of these students. Let me also recognize my fellow members of the Board of Trustees that could be with us tonight who share my enthusiasm for Thiel College and the success of our students. Trustees, could you please stand? Frank Mainpaw, Diane Cooter, and Nate Neely. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Thank you.
Well, what an evening. As the president of the college, let me also extend a joyful welcome to students, families, faculty, trustees, staff, and other members of the Teal community. It is such a joy to be together in person in this wonderful gathering. I'll remind you, the last time we gathered for an honors convocation in Passavant Center was February of 2020, only a few weeks before the onset of the pandemic. As some of you might remember, the college awarded honorary degrees to David and Ruth Ann Miller on that occasion. It seems, doesn't it, like a lifetime ago. So much has happened over the last 2 years in the lives of our students and in the life of the college. But while we were challenged these past 2 years, our students prevailed. They continued. They found ways to come together and find success. Academic success, success as leaders on campus, and each one of them are launching into careers and lives of meaning and purpose. For over 150 years, Teal has provided exceptional educational opportunities grounded in the liberal arts. Teal is a place where students belong to a community, connect with their classmates, with their faculty, with staff and alumni, and they become not only college graduates, but also the leaders that the world needs now. And so I applaud each one of you who have worked hard, bringing distinction to your academic effort, demonstrating intellectual curiosity, dedication, sometimes sacrifice, saying in to study for that exam or get that term paper written, and single-mindedness. This is the characteristics of each and every Dean's List student, and I am so proud of you. Parents and friends, thank you for joining us this evening, for trusting us as we journey together with your students, and for your support of their success at Teal. As we begin this evening's program, it is now my pleasure to introduce the Teal Singers Vocal Chamber Ensemble under the direction of music director Nick Sampson, who will perform 2 selections.
my distinct pleasure to introduce tonight's student speaker, Jamin Wetland. Jamin is a 2018 graduate of Greenville High School. While at Teal, he's been a president of the Rotaract Club, captain of the baseball team, and a member of the DHI. And assuming that he finishes the DHI thesis correctly, following graduation, he will be joining our SLP program. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Traverso, member of the Board of Trustees, administration, faculty, staff, family, friends, and fellow classmates, I am grateful for this opportunity to address you on such a joyous and important occasion as the annual Honors Convocation. Please give yourselves and others a round of applause. We are here tonight because of the hard work and dedication of both students and faculty. And I'm so grateful that we were able to meet in person, for we all know if we were virtual, I would be sitting at home in my pajamas and a collared shirt, talking into my computer screen and trying to keep my dog away from the camera. When I was asked to speak during this event, I was really curious of what others saw in me and what advice I could give to young undergraduates. And I thought this because the person standing in front of you is often full of self-doubt. It was here at Teal that I realized I didn't have everything figured out, and in fact, I didn't know as much as I thought I did. This humbling of the intellectual ego is one of the wonderful things that happens to many undergraduates, just as it happened to me. So here's what I have to offer. And we are all here tonight because of our own scholarship, and with that, I'll try to keep scholarship as my focus. And the best way I thought I could speak on scholarship is to speak from my own experience. In a freshman year English class, we were asked to write a paper in response to a quote from Giovanni Boccaccio. Boccaccio was a famous 14th century Italian Renaissance writer and poet. And when asked about scholarship, Boccaccio said, "You must read, you must persevere, you must sit up late nights, you must inquire and exert the utmost power of your mind. If one way does not lead to the desired meaning, take another. If obstacles arise, then still another. Until if your strength holds out, you will find clear which at first looked dark." And I'm glad I was able to read this as a freshman, because I was able to keep it in the back of my mind through my career at Teal. And now, as I reflect back on this quote, the same pillars of perseverance, power of mind, and strength stand tall. But now, after nearly 4 years of higher education, a new theme arises. I found that scholarship is individual, not communal. And what do I mean by that? Do I mean that you should care for yourself and neglect others? No. My underlying meaning isn't selfishness or self-righteousness. Rather, the realization that you're in an arena. And to me, the arena is the best metaphor for undergraduate education. And this concept of the arena has been used in a couple speeches throughout the decades. In 1910, President Roosevelt said, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man or woman who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, but there is no effort without error and shortcoming." And recently, Dr. Brene Brown said in a TED Talk, "There are a lot of cheap seats in the arena. There are many people who sit and hurl criticisms from a safe place." And after listening to that, what she said really resonated with me. Because when it comes down to it, if you're the man or woman in the arena, it's just you and whatever is standing across from you. Your opponent could be a final, a research project, or for me, maybe even a thesis. So I encourage you to look forward to the arena, because it should be thought of as a breeding ground for champions. And to me, the sooner I realized this, the better off I was. And what I'm proposing is that individual effort, not merely collective, is a key to scholarship. Now, we have our projects and assignments where we work in a community of peers, and these practices are excellent. They allow us to give and receive feedback, challenge our own assumptions and the assumptions of others, and it helps to refine our own understanding of a topic. And that sounds like humbling the intellectual ego, if I've ever heard of it. And it's also important because when we hear our thoughts aloud, they may sound sillier than anticipated. I'm sure we've all been there before. But that is perseverance. And Boccaccio would commend all of us for speaking their mind, even if we find our own ideas to be nonsensical. Now, hopefully I've painted a decent picture about this arena. But now let me paint a scarier picture, a scarier arena, if you will. And this painting I titled, The Real World. Sitting in graduate school or the workforce, a miniature Dr. Lax or Dr. Butcher isn't going to be sitting on my shoulder telling me that there are 4 main regions of the human brain. And Dr. Hall isn't going to be there to correct my grammar when I need to send an email to a boss or coworker. But however, it is up to each one of us individuals to build that foundational knowledge for ourselves. And we are on our own. But there is power in that. When you complete a difficult task, there is great satisfaction in knowing that you put the time and effort into completing something scholarly. And this idea of scholarship probably looks different in each one of our lives. The next step of scholarship in my path will be to attend graduate school here at Teal. And with that said, I hope that as we all move on with our lives, we can keep the scholarship and education we have received close to our hearts. And as I conclude, I'm going to shift my focus to a different aspect of life. And this leads me to this funny thing called time. And one thing I have learned about it in the short life that I have lived is that you can't get it back. It's like a river. It comes and goes like the current rushing downstream. And as I wrap up, I hope to illustrate my point by using 2 quotes. First, I would like to go back to that freshman year English class. In the class, we read a book titled The Last Lecture. I'm sure many of you have read it, by Dr. Randy Pausch. Dr. Pausch taught computer sciences at Carnegie Mellon University. And as we read this book, I heard him say something about time. He said, "Time is all you have, and you may find that one day you have less than you think." And the last quote of the night comes from the critically acclaimed and personal favorite of my father and me, The Shawshank Redemption. For those who don't know, this movie is about a banker, Andy Dufresne. And Andy is sentenced to life in prison for murdering his wife and her lover. And though he is innocent, he spends years in prison. And on one particular day, Andy meets and befriends Ellis Redding, referred to as Red. And as they sit in the courtyard and stare down their life sentences, Andy tells Red that he is going to break out of the prison. And Red looks to Andy and says, "Having thoughts like that are dangerous, because breaking out of the prison is impossible." And some of you may know how he responds to this, but for those who don't, he looks to him and says, "I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living or get busy dying." So students, as you continue your undergraduate battle in the arena, I ask, are you getting busy living? Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Jamin. Thank you for your inspiring words. Can we thank him again? Jamin's reflections are a heartfelt reminder that we live our lives as individuals, even with the loving support of our families or in the caring community of a college like Teal. We stand and engage in life and in our scholarship as individuals. Moreover, Jamin reminded us of the limited time to experience life we all have and the limited time we have to have an impact in our life. Thank you for reminding us of how precious life is and how quickly it can fly by. Your speech tonight, Jamin, you're probably not aware, but it resonates so very much with the special announcement I have the honor to make tonight. This evening, the college is pleased to recognize an individual who, like you, Jamin, has a keen appreciation of how fleeting life can be. He, like you, understands the importance of living in a way that can have a positive impact. Dan Spence, who's here with us tonight, let me share some words about his connection with the college and why we are honoring him, and then we'll invite him to the stage to recognize him fully. Dan Spence and his beloved wife, Dottie, who sadly passed away a little over a year ago, have been good friends of the college for many years. Their house is just across the street from Teal. Students who probably walk by it every day. Though he's not an alumnus, Dan has a long family connection with Teal. His grandfather, whose portrait hangs in the back wall of Passavant, was Dr. Nathan Harder, a professor and dean at Teal, for whom Harder Hall was named. The second floor of the Science Connector, overlooking where Harder Hall was, but is not standing there any longer, is named, that second floor of the Science Connector is named in honor of Dr. Harder and reflects a generous gift from Dan and Dottie in support of the construction of the Hare Family Science and Art Connector. Dan has wonderful stories, students, stories about his grandfather and his mother, Betty Harder Spence, who graduated from Teal in 1937, along with 3 of his uncles. Dan's family history is woven together with the history of Teal. He has inspiring reflections of being a young boy romping around campus, and our vice chair of the board shares that, himself also a young man growing up on campus. But Dan tells stories of being a young man, admiring his grandfather and loving his grandmother, the wife of the professor and dean who managed the dining hall at Teal. His stories remind me, myself a historian, that history is not the history of buildings or colleges or universities. History is very much about the people who have impact and the people in the history of Teal who shaped and supported the college. Dan's wife, Dottie, did not have a similar family connection to Teal or to higher education. Like so many of you and so many Teal students, Dottie was the first in her family to go to college. She graduated from the University of Pittsburgh while she was working full-time. And though Dan and Dottie had different family stories, they shared together a deep belief in the influence of education, the positive influence of education. They understood the power of a college in shaping the lives of students. Moreover, Dan and Dottie shared an appreciation of the important role that colleges play in enriching their communities, and specifically of the importance of Teal to the Greenville community. Well, in recognition of their passion for student success and their belief in Teal, the college will be naming the Academic Center the Dan and Dottie Spence Academic Center. The planned renovations of that vitally important academic center are now made possible through their lead gift of $4 million to the college. This gift honors the life and values that Dan and Dottie shared. One of the largest gifts in the history of the college, the Spence gift, is inspiring the generosity of others who, like Dan and Dottie, want to invest in the success of students at Teal, in your success. And so now, students, faculty, staff, friends of the college, please join me in giving a heartfelt thank you to Dan for his tremendous gift, and please help me welcome him to the stage where he will receive a recognition of his gift, a rendering of the Dan and Dottie Spence Academic Center.
I'm Dr. Shannon Dietz, and along with Dr. Jared Johnson, we serve as the faculty sponsors for the Alpha Chi National Honor Society Theta chapter at Thiel College. Alpha Chi National Honor Society was originally founded in 1922 to recognize and promote academic excellence among college and university students of all disciplines, to encourage a spirit of service and leadership, and to nurture the elements of character that make scholarship effective for good. It is the highest honor society and highest recognition that students can receive at each of the 300 colleges that have chapters. Candidates for membership at Alpha Chi must be students who present a distribution of courses reflective of a liberal arts tradition. In addition, seniors must have an overall GPA of at least 3.6 and be in the top 10% of their class. Juniors must have an overall GPA of at least 3.7 and be in the top 5% of their class. This year's inductees at Thiel College, every single one of them have the distinction of having a perfect 4.0 GPA and holding the rank of first in their class. They are a truly remarkable group of students. Will President Trevoso, Dean Fromgen, and Dean Butcher please come to the front so that we can present the awards? Will all the members of Alpha Chi please stand? Alex Andriazzi, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Emily Baker, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Megan Brewer, Dean's List. Kylie Gardner, Dean's List Special Recognition. Evan Gerber, Dean's List Special Recognition, Haller Enterprise Institute Scholarship, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Teal Full Tuition Scholarship. Connor Lovick, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Daniel Lutz, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Teal Full Tuition Scholarship. Raquel McDonald, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Justin Ola, Dean's List. Molly Shepler, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Robert Heisenbutton Professor of English Endowed Award. Kaylee Suarez, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Marion G. Resch Science Scholarship. Sarah Wakely, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Madison Walsh, Dean's List Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. I offer my most heartfelt congratulations on behalf of the entire campus community to this year's Alpha Chi honorees. Members of Alpha Chi, please be seated.
On behalf of the faculty, administrators, and staff who have worked with you to help you achieve your goals of high academic achievement, congratulations. I'll read the names of individual students, of first-year students, sophomores, and juniors. Please consult the programs for the titles of awards. The following students have received the distinction of Dean's List. Students, you'll receive a certificate from Dr. Fromgen and a congratulatory handshake from President Traverso. Members of the audience, please hold your applause until all members of each class have been recognized, and we'll begin with the class of 2025. Will distinguished members of the class of 2025 please rise and approach the stage? Gianna Arnis. Jared Beers. Dylan Belknap. Kaylee Bensink. Luke Campbell. Ryan Campbell. Jacob Castona. Jordan Castona. Cameron Seigan. Eric Davis. Lacey Desrin. Ashley Dunmeyer. Elena Gregory. Mackenzie House. Joshua Ix. Michael Isles. Jason Jewett. Grace Jones. Alexa Kantner. Ava Kavula. Donna Coker. Jonah Lentz. Melina Liska. Mark Litka. Andrea Meals. John Mitterer. Bradley Molnar. Thank you. Christina Newman. Giannis Panagatopoulos. Virginia Riddle. Seth Riley. Abigail Sefton. Abigail Smagala. Catherine Smith. Bailey Stilts. Taylor Susani. Alexis Wagner. Jessica Wagner. Madeline White. Maya Winkle. Will distinguished members of the class of 2024 please rise and approach the stage? Oh. Liliana Briscoe. Carson Britton. Taylor Claiborne. Brianne Coatsworth. Emma Darroway. Nicholas DeLulo. Gwen Fuhr. Francis Gill. Isabel Hammond. Nicholas Hankelman Corson. Marcus Hernandez. Hannah Jones. Alexander Kovalyuk. Austin Krieger. Alexander Martin. Bridget Mazant. Haley McLean. Brooke Motley. Emma Park. Mark Pervajani. Cora Post. Jason Rao. Matthew Redfoot. Ryan Seelig. Alyssa Thames. George Tice. Allison Walsh. Ashlyn Whiteman. Jared Curcio. We have a round of applause for the class of 2024. Will distinguished members of the class of 2023 approach the stage? Bethany Bonner. Michaela Brown. Brandon Forrest. Michaela Harrison. Elizabeth Haberlig. Alexander Henry. Walter Holtcliffe. Mackenzie House. So-Yoon Huang. Justina Jenkins. Kayla Jewell. Malaja Johnson. Mackenzie Kirk. Brock Newsom. Anthony Phillips. Jasmine Phillips. Samantha Reed. Kaylee Robertson. Cecilia Schellenberger. Aisha Smith. Danielle Sterling. Hannah Strott. Grace Taylor. Kyumwan Wong. Ashley Wolford. Morgan Wood. Okay, a round of applause for the class of 2023. The privilege of acquiring senior status is an academically significant one. I'll read the names of students and the awards they have earned. So will distinguished members of the class of 2022 please rise. Holly Barna, Dean's List 4 semesters, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Peyton Brooks, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Anna Chapman, Dean's List 3 semesters. Katrina Deckinger, Dean's List 5 semesters, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Emil A. Lucas Chemistry Scholarship. Mercine Dema, Dean's List 1 semester, Heather Ehrman Memorial Award. Frank Fugman, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Alexis Jewell, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition. Seth Johnson, Dean's List 1 semester. Charles Lichtenwalter, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Haller Enterprise Institute Scholarship. Alexander Lutz, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Teal Full Tuition Scholarship. Zachary Lyons, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Catherine Miller, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Madison Neely, Dean's List 5 semesters, Special Recognition. Sydney Pilarski, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Teal Full Tuition Scholarship. Jonathan Russell, Dean's List 5 semesters, Teal Full Tuition Scholarship, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Yuan Wen Sa, Dean's List 3 semesters. Abigail Triscutt, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition, Ralston Memorial Scholarship for Education. Hannah Ushak, Dean's List 4 semesters, Haller Enterprise Institute Scholarship, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Thomas and Irene Barber Scholarship, Reverend James F. Cook Memorial Scholarship. Fallon Van Kura, Dean's List 5 semesters, Special Recognition. Jamin Wetland, Dean's List 4 semesters, David E. Bauman Scholarship, Dietrich Honors Scholarship, Robert K. and Ruth E. Nace Scholarship, Gordon M. McLennan's Annual Award. Madeline Whiteman, Dean's List 7 semesters, Special Recognition. Victoria Young, Dean's List 6 semesters, Dietrich Honors Scholarship. Would everyone please join me in giving a very well-deserved round of applause to all of our student honorees.
Thiel College has a rich tradition of academic honor societies on campus. Please see the list in your program. These societies are celebrated by academic departments and recognize student excellence, promote understanding of the major, and provide a means by which undergraduates can network and move forward in their career. These societies are designed to honor those who excel in academics and leaderships. Students are nominated by faculty and invited to join these academic honor societies due to excellent performance in the major. I ask all of the members of the academic honor societies and their advisors to please stand. What an amazing group.
Good evening. I'm pleased to introduce the female and male student athletes with the highest overall GPA in the class of 2022. When I read your name, please stand and remain standing, and please hold your applause until all 4 athletes have been introduced. Rachel Breckenridge, Taylor Warner, Alexander Lutz, and Daniel Lutz. Congratulations. Lastly, I'm honored to recognize the Kappa Sigma fraternity and the Zeta Tau Alpha sorority for having the highest combined GPAs for the 2021-22 academic year. I ask the members of those 2 organizations to please stand to be recognized.
As you are able, please stand and join in the singing of the Alma Mater, which is printed in your program, and remain standing for the benediction and recessional. Please join us for a reception in the Howard Miller Student Center immediately following the ceremony. There will be an area for students and families to use for celebratory photos. The campus store will be open also until 9:30 p.m. Students, please check your envelopes for a coupon for the store, good for tonight only.